Hello guys, I'm Charles from Northwoods RC, and today I'm going to be showing off my RC collection and some of my tools, parts, and stuff like that. So I guess we'll just jump straight into it. Right here, I have an old Stampede body. I'll tell you why I have a two-wheel drive old Stampede body. I have a Stampede four-wheel drive with a VXL and Valenian motor. It's taken apart right now because I've cannibalized some parts for another RC. I am currently ordering the parts for this thing, so it should be coming in the next couple days. The receiver and transmitter I have for this is the receiver is a Spectrum DX4S. I've wanted one of these forever, and I finally got it. Moving right down the line, we have a Axial Exoterra buggy. This thing is, I bought it off my brother for a really reasonable price. It's completely stock, basically. So you got the stock motor, the stock ESC, stock transmitter, stock servo, the servo is horrible. You can't hear it, but it cracks. It makes this horrible cracking noise. You can't stand, like, it's horrible. Stock axial remote. Pretty nice. Have like two more of those, no, one more. Next up, we have the Slash, and this thing has some story. It was one of my first all-wheel drive vehicles. I think I've done a lot of work to. First off, the wheels, look at these, they're horrible. They're shot. Look, the foam is falling out of it. It's horrible. I bent up the shocks, and didn't have any new ones, so I put some old Stampede shocks I had on it. Front ones are nice Integy, but the rear ones are just stock Stampede shocks. I have a VXL ESC. As you can see right here. Then I have this is a kind of weird motor. Venom, at one point, they made a couple, like, motors and ESCs, and this is one of the motors. The ESC, it's just not good. I don't like it, and it's broken a little bit. Stock waterproof servo and stock transmitter and receiver. Pretty basic, yeah. And this thing is so old. I've done so much work to it. I got it like 4 years ago. Oh, sorry about the shaky camera. It's hard. Yeah, I'm gonna be buying a new battery extension for it, and I just got my spur gear fixed. That's why that's opened right there. Because up there, I figured out why my thing sounded like a dying cat all the time. It was because I was missing a bearing. Next up, we have the famous Axial SCX-10 Dingo. This thing's a pretty nice RC. Pretty nice. It's a little old. This one I bought off my brother, and I waterproofed it. That's why I have a waterproof box zip tied to it, so to keep the receiver safe, because the one they gave me wasn't waterproof. And I took the lights out so the lights don't work. This was the car that was being used in yesterday's video, and it's still running pretty nice. I washed it off and everything. It's a pretty good car. I don't know why the wheels are binding up. What's happening? Oh, that could be bad. Oh my god. Oh my god, the battery's been on all night. Really? I left the RC on all night, look. If I turn the transmitter on, which this transmitter's messed up, like, look at this, guys. There's batteries in it, and they're fully charged. But I have to, like, get it right. Yeah, this thing's been on all night. I don't know what's going on. Something must just be binding up in there. Motor's really crappy. Not crappy, dirty. I'll have to take a look at this later. I don't know what's going on. Let's unplug it. Yeah, and this... I always forgot to use the clips, so hold on a second. I always forgot to use the clips, so it got destroyed by the spur gear. That's all the story on this RC. shut the transmitter off. In the next few days, expect a video with this Slash and my friend Slash because we're going to be racing him. He has a Castle motor. It's pretty sweet. Now, I have another SCX 110, or SCX 10 Dingo here. I have two. This one I'm keeping stock, and I haven't modified it. So, like, I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe I just tightened the spur gears or too much or something, because this thing's smooth to move. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at that. Or I think I know what I did. I might have, like, tightened set the gap too small. And then over here, I got some Red Cat Racing batteries just because I traded my friend for some of them. Because when I didn't have a brushless motor, I got some brushed things, and he gave me those batteries too. I have some good chargers that charge up my batteries. This is a very, very, very old battery. Like, older than me, probably, but it still works. And that thing's got to be like 16 years old, I gotta say. And to check my batteries, you probably shouldn't be doing this, but I'll just turn on my multimeter, stick it in there, and it will tell me the voltage. And that's how I check them. Now let's move on to some of the tools and stuff I have. Well, there's actually technically one more RC. It's a Stampede 2-wheel drive that has been cannibalized for parts. Yeah. I'm thinking about one day maybe getting it working again. And in here there's also an old, like, see that? It's an old thing that came with one of the Dingos. Now here's just a bunch of random stuff. Here's my main part thing and tools. Tools are in the front, and I got Dynamite tool set here. Pretty simple. I have just a tool bag, nothing special like needle nose in there. Let's just stick that back in there. Then I have my parts. Start with this. They're pretty unorganized, but they're still parts. I have one of those Integy shocks that I think it bent a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bent. And then another one of these. Some A-arms from that Stampede I cannibalized, and a battery clip. That's about it. It's pretty bad. Next we have this, which I have some grease so I could grease up my things. I'm pretty sure it's red lithium, if I remember correctly. I can't grab it though. I'm pretty sure it's red lithium. I forgot. I don't really care. Some steering arms from that old Stampede. Pinging gear when I upgraded the pinion on my Slash. A bunch of bearings. Some pins and a spur gear. 2 spur gears. One I have no idea where it goes to. The other goes to my Slash and my Stampede because they use the same. Now here's another one. I'll just open some zip ties. A bunch of adapters. Some washers, some pins for tires, and some washers that made it over, and a bunch of axial parts that they gave to me. And finally, personally, my favorite bin, my electronics bin. This thing weighs a ton. What I have in this is the ESC for that Venom motor I have. Alright. Some Red Cat Racing ESCs. Some motors, ooh, sorry. A Titan 12-turn motor. Right here, I'm pretty sure this is a 550, yeah, 550, 12, Titan, another Titan. I'm pretty sure this is another motor just like this guy, because I didn't buy these, my friend had them. This is a 552. Where does it say the turn? It doesn't say, sorry. I imagine it's a 12-turn. Receiver, I have this controller and that box over there. Another receiver for the Traxxas thing, one of their 2.4 gigahertz one, not their newest one that they have right now, but the one before that. One of the light units for that guy. And finally, a servo. And the way I'm storing my parts, which I think is a really good strategy, is in a tackle box. Because they have a bunch of areas for your tackle. When I lived in Florida, I used to use this all the time on my boat, but my dad let me have it. So now I have that. I have a Black & Decker drill that my dad no longer needed. So now it became mine. I just have an empty tool bag that I'm probably going to use for remotes. And then we have my remotes and tires and this solder thing. This is when I went into drones for a little bit. I bought a small SEMA. And tires, and there's the Titanic one, Titanic Tactic, transmitter or receiver, and then there's the Traxxas one. And that's pretty much my room. Also, I have this workspace for whenever I want to work on the RCs. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Remember to like and subscribe.